live. Another episode of the Great Minds Think Alike live stream. Your trusted source for hip hop, sports, and entertainment. Brought to you by GMTA Media. And we're your hosts, Nove and my brother Orlito. What's the good word, my brother?
So what's going on, man? Chilling. Um, yeah, shit, chilling, man. We had some really good, sunny ass, hot ass days that just went past, which was pretty dope. And then that shit just got kind of cool, which is cool too. You know what I'm saying? Got that little breeze and shit. You know what I'm saying? So,
It was cool, so it was cool.
it's cool, so it was cool too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm good. How you been, bro?
I've been cooling, bro. I've been cooling. Just
Yeah,
chilling, man. Like you said, enjoy this beautiful weather, man. So tell me, last week you told us you be heading out to Summerfest to see Fabulous and the Isley brothers. Tell us about the Summerfest experience.
well, shit, I didn't get to make the Isley brothers or whatever, but I got there. Um, I got there like maybe around I don't know 9ish, 9:30ish. I don't remember, but I think that yeah, because the Fabulous show started at 10, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So they did the little firework thing because I guess that's when they do the fireworks on the opening day. They got the
Okay.
little fireworks show and shit, which I didn't know, but I found that out later on that day. They did that. And then they had a DJ for a little minute, like kind of getting everybody crunk and shit. And then Fabulous came out, bro. I wasn't I wasn't too I wasn't too impressed. Like I felt like I was let down, bro. Like I guess I went in there like maybe it's because I went in there with like high hopes of maybe different shit. You know what I'm saying? Let's just say this, bro. This Fabulous did out of all of the songs Fabulous did, I only knew two of the songs that Fabulous did, and there were some old ass songs like Breathe and Holla Back. That was probably like another one or whatever, but it wasn't like, he did like a lot of female cuts. You know what I'm saying? He did like a lot of like poppy radio, um, cater to the female. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He was in his
And that was
Make You Better bag, Make Me Better bag.
yeah, he was in that moment. That's the vibe he kind of staked in. And if I would have went with my girl, then it'd have been a different. That would have been the vibe. But I was by myself. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I met people up there, but you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? I was solo dolo. I met some people up there, but it was like I can't get jiggy with this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
like I don't know. I felt let down. I I don't know. I didn't really feel the Fabulous performance at Summerfest like that. I seen Bow Wow stage was popping harder than as far as a
Fabulous.
performer. As far as a performer.
Okay.
I didn't go to the Bow Wow stage or I didn't see, you know what I'm saying, because I got there later on. But from like footage that I've seen floating around and shit, it seemed like he had like, well, you know the difference when
Yeah.
he was like more engaging and it just seemed like more, I don't know. But that's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody seemed like that was rocking. Everybody that was there, they seemed like they was rocking with the show and shit. Uh, but I ended up walking around. You know what I'm saying? I went and got some corn. I went and got a drink. I sparked up. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't invested in the show like that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, well, shout out Cardiac. Shout out Cardiac the Pulse, bro. Yes, he
Anthony
was there.
Madden. Appreciate you
Yep.
rocking with us today. Um, I
Yeah.
was
So
about to comment on that. Um, I believe. Hey, Anthony. Quick question: are you free for the next hour and a half? Because if so, me and bro would love to send you a link. Maybe you can help us out with this bracket that we're gonna have today. We're trying to do the best dual bracket. We were supposed to have our brother Joy D and son-in-law, but they couldn't make it, so we were gonna postpone it because we ain't got a third person. But before we finish the news, if we could find that third person, we would love to run the brackets today. So if you free to join us on live, I send or Orly can send you the link and you could join us, man. We would appreciate it.
there you go, Cardiac. You got a open invite right now to come on
Yeah,
if you're free
yeah. I'm trying to.
and do this the dual best dual bracket.
Thanks, man. I'm trying to get that out the way. But I wanted to speak to that Bow Wow and Fabulous comparison, right? Like on the mic, it's a different thing, right? We all know Fabulous does this thing,
Right.
right? But Bow
Right.
Wow, okay, and Bow Wow's an OG now. He's an OG now, but he's a young OG, right? But people
Mm-hmm.
forget he comes from that so-so death camp. Jermaine Dupri, and I'm not trying to compare the allegations and all, but any motherfucker that fuck with Jermaine Dupri or Diddy are some great stage performers, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Biggie, the Locks, the Locks even said it. They credit Diddy for their stage performance. Like and Jermaine Dupri 112, Bow Wow, so Jermaine Dupri don't get enough flowers, man. So shout out to
No,
you,
I
JD.
agree. He doesn't. Yeah, I
Shout out
agree.
to
We gotta sometime one day when we do some type of producer shit or whatever, we definitely gotta talk about Jermaine Dupri some more because,
for
like you
sure.
said, he definitely don't get the flowers he deserves.
But that's the beauty of our show, Orly. That's what makes us different, bro. We talk about what's trending, but we also talk about certain topics from the past, give people their flowers. That's the beauty about the Great Minds Think Alike live stream, bro. We don't just jump
For
on the
sure.
bandwagon. We got a history of knowledge, and we want to put people on who don't know or refresh people's memories. Because sometimes when we do these episodes and we go through the catalog, I'm like, oh my God, I forgot how great this was. Oh wow, I forgot. So that's the beauty of
Hmm.
great minds think alike.
You know what's crazy? Oh, go ahead. Oh, darn.
For
Unfortunately, he can't. He just started work.
okay,
It's all good. We'll have you another time, bro.
for sure, for
Um,
sure.
I just seen the thing for the rave. They got the buy one get one. They just put it out. The buy one get one for Cypress Hill, Atmosphere. Lupe Fiasco is gonna be on that card and Far
Hey,
Side.
hey, bro. So when we come back from this 2 week break, I want to do it, maybe we could, if we don't find a third person, we'll do the bracket, but we do a Midwest Mount Rushmore. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? And
I like
because
that.
you mentioned Lupe, bro, and I don't know, bro. For me, it's a toss up between him and Common for that fourth spot, or whatever. But yeah, man, I'm glad you brought that up. So that's a buy one get one free at Summerfest, you said, or the rave?
At the rave, they just excuse me. They just launched it like a few days ago. I
Okay.
think that's pretty dope. Like, you know, I've heard. I don't know like all of like atmosphere shit, but I heard like a couple of that shits. That's the two white
Yep.
cats that
Yep.
dual hip hopper heads and shit. But they be kind of going and they have some decent beats. But I was really looking forward to like Cypress Hill. I've never seen Cypress Hill in a concert before. I think that shit would be dope.
Man,
I seen
I
Lupe
know
a long time ago,
that Clips one.
but
I'm
I would
going
like to
with
see
you.
Lupe again.
I'm
Oh
going to
yeah,
the
we
Clips
gotta
with you.
definitely go to that.
We're going to the
Yeah,
Clips,
we
and we're going to
definitely
speak
gotta
on the
go to
Clips
that.
in a second. So, um,
And they got the
let's
Earth Gang too.
man, yeah, man, it's gonna go down.
Yeah, that shit's gonna
It's
be hot. Hell yeah.
So for the 11 people that's tuned in or 9 tuned in, we appreciate you rocking with us. We appreciate you tuning in. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with us. If you haven't,
We
give us
appreciate
a
that.
like. Give us a like on our YouTube channel, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, wherever you find GMTA Media, and comment GMTA Media. So let us know you in the house. It don't cost you a buck to support us at all, man. But shout out to y'all. This week's new music. We got Southside, Milwaukee's very own Huncho Gang J Drop Criminal, Offset featuring JID Bodies. Jid went crazy. Cardi
Damn, I gotta check
B
that out.
Outside, Wale, Where to Start. Sorry for the
Wally?
misspelling on sorry for the misspelling on Kanye's name, but that's supposed to say Kanye West Bully. Erica Badu and Alchemist Next to You, Fucking Fire. Lloyd Banks Cheat Code Freestyle. And Gucci Man got hit us with a double, Voices and Psycho. So go check out the new music this week. Cardi B announces new album and My Dreams will be released September 19th. NBA YoungBoy's Make America Slime Again will be dropping July 4th. And Gucci Man announced he'll be releasing an album and a book called Episodes on guess what? 10/17. So that wraps up
Nice.
the new music for this week. Let's get into some
Fucking
news.
Gucci, man.
Man, when they talk about relevancy, that man, it's been like what? Damn near 25 years, 20 years. That man still at the, you know.
Yup.
So let's get into
I like
some
that.
music.
I like that little promotional thing. We're gonna drop on 10/17.
Yeah, that is dope. I think the last time they did some shit like that, that's when him and Yo Gotti got into that beat.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I do remember that.
Let's go, Reno the Dawn. We appreciate you, bro. Hey Reno,
Yeah, appreciate the stars.
if we don't get a third person today to help us with this bracket, we're gonna postpone it. But your slot B1 is locked in. And hopefully we could get a third person to join us. If not, we'll be doing brackets in 2 weeks. Let's continue. Music news. I'll be reminisce if we don't not speak on yesterday was the 16-year anniversary of Michael Jackson's death. Rest in peace to the King of Pop.
Hell yeah.
I remember I was in Florida, bro, and everybody was calling me like, "You heard Michael die? You heard Mike?" Bro, the barber who was cutting my hair, he thought Michael was my uncle or something. Like everybody was calling me like, shit. But God rest your soul, because your legend live on. Scott Storch called the Roots a bunch of haters because they felt very underappreciated. They were like, "You're working with Dr. Dre 10 years too late. Good luck." And he talks about how he went on the run that he went on, and they're just all haters.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know what the situation is over there, but I'll tell you this much: Scott Storch to me didn't blow up until he started fucking with Dre. I mean, that's when I got to know who he was, to be honest. So,
what up, man?
Okay. Appreciate you, boss.
Duco that making beats too.
Oh, dope. What's his producer name?
I don't remember off the top of my head. Hey, what's your producer name? Xavier.
Shout out
There's so many of them, I forget.
Last week we had
Drop it in the comments.
Last week we had the discussion about the AI music and whatnot. Timberland, right? I got more news to break. Gunner revealed during a visionary interview that he's planning to sign an AI artist. So,
oh, great.
Yeah,
sitting sideways.
The train is rolling now. Sitting sideways. All right, cool. For those who's tuning in, if you're an artist looking for beats, to tap in with Sitting Sideways.
Yeah, we got Sitting Sideways. We got We got Anthony Buchanan, which that's cardiac the pulse. He do music as well.
And we got Orlito as well. We got 3 producers right now you can tap in with. So let's continue. Kendrick Lamar and SZA's Grand National Tour has grossed 256 million and sold 1.1 million in tickets across 23 shows. It's the biggest co-headline tour of all time, according to Billboard. Congratulations. They just ended their
Mhm.
North American tour. Now they're going to start their overseas tour. So they're about to get more fatty. So shout out to them. Um, Speaking of K Dot, video surface of his verse leak. You happen to hear that at all? His verse leaked off the
Oh,
clips, whips
from
and
the
chains.
yeah, I didn't hear the well, I might have heard it the whole thing. I know the little highlighted part. Yeah, I think I heard it.
Hey, look, I call a spade, bro. It wasn't whack. It wasn't whack,
No,
but it wasn't. It wasn't fucking fuego either.
it wasn't the other feature he gave Push.
Oh, that shit was dope. Nostalgia.
Yeah,
That shit was
it wasn't.
that.
It wasn't that kind of feature,
No,
for what it did. It it
speaking up for
had
this track.
right, exactly. It kind of like it had that sting to it. You know what I'm saying? It's got people talking about the little part that he said about uh what did he say? Some
About I went to therapy to
hip.
open up. Oh, hip hop is
I'm talking about
dead.
the
Hip
yeah,
hop
that
has
part.
died again, and I'm gonna give half of my profit to Rakim. Yeah.
Rakim, yeah, that part. Yeah.
Um. No, I'm not. It's just okay, bro. The way again, there was a lot of controversy going into this, right? Like I heard they bought themselves out of their Def Jam deal because Def Jam either wanted that verse gone or tweaked. I listened to that
Mm,
verse, bro. There's nothing scathing on there. Like,
mm.
what was like?
Yeah,
There
that's
was not
weird.
like you heard it right. There was nothing scathing on there that made you ooh
Right.
So I don't know, bro. Like record labels are bugging. Shout out to Rock Nations for picking up the clips. But speaking of the clips, we got Ace Trumpets, right? So Be It,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
We already heard the preview to Whips and Chains featuring Kendrick Lamar, right? LeBron James, I
Mm-hmm.
know you're not a LeBron guy, but he leaked the song, a new song with the clips featuring Nas. Bro, I dare
I
to
heard Nas
say,
is on there. I heard Jay-Z is on there.
listen, fam. All I'm saying is this, and I said it. They could go back 2, 3 episodes when I said if the clips deliver a classic on this project, they're gonna itch up my greatest of all time duel list, might even top it. Didn't I say that?
Mm-hmm.
Bro, it looking like we have a classic, and what I'm loving about it, hip hop's at like lyricists, MCs at the forefront at this moment. Like, bro, I haven't seen a rollout like this in a long time.
Right.
Like they're building the anticipation is bubbling.
They're building the anticipation and esteem for sure.
And I haven't seen that in a long time in this industry. So shout out to the clips, man. And I look forward to hearing that, man. I
And
look
they
forward
throwing
to
little things in there like those little like, the shit about Travis and then the
yep.
shit about Kanye. They throwing that shit in there to make that shit seem interesting, like you're gonna want to, like a book. You know what I'm saying? You want to finish the rest of the book and see what else is talking about, type shit.
I mean, they haven't missed yet. Everything that they have been doing so far leading up to this project, they haven't missed yet. From the
You
music,
know?
from the promotion, from the podcast appearances, like everything he's been engaging. They shout out the clips, man. Um,
Mm-hmm.
let's continue. So, hip hop's trial of the century has reached a conclusion. We're just waiting for the judges to reach the jury to reach a verdict. But Diddy has secured a big win yesterday when prosecutors dropped multiple charges, specifically kidnapping, attempted arsons, aiding and certain sex trafficking charges. So no matter what the verdict is, he already scored some victories going into this verdict tomorrow or whenever the verdict comes in.
Mhm.
What's your thoughts on this win for Diddy? It's a victory so far.
Shit, I just think that I think we might have talked about this in a previous couple episodes, like how his image and how he would be moving. I just think it's going to be hard for dude to bounce back. But I mean, that's good for him that you know he got that verdict and shit is looking a little more his way and shit like that. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's some damaging shit though. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy. All
Yeah, I
that
mean,
it's like humiliation. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, plus it humbles the fuck out of him now because he was in a position where he's like, look at my track record, look at everything I have done. Who are you to tell me anything? He was a
Hmm.
gatekeeper. I think he was that kind of gatekeeper. Now it's like they got him out the way, and
Hmm.
it's a new day for certain people. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's a big victory so far. So let's continue. Battle rapper T Rex has a seizure on stage while battling
Yeah, I
Gucci
seen
God.
that. Yeah, it's fucked
Speedy,
up.
we like to wish you a speedy recovery. And yeah, that was wow.
Yeah, and he was eating too, bro.
He was, bro. He
Yeah,
fucking
he was
was.
going in. He was going in.
I promise you, I guarantee you, because I was like, why nobody helped out the gate? But you got to go back. Everybody probably thought that was part of his rap.
Right. And in a moment like that, man, you just be in shock, like what the fuck is going, it's just so many things you don't really think of to just react right away. You kind of be paused, like in shock yourself, like what the fuck?
Yeah, man.
What the hell?
That,
You know.
what the hell? So yeah, we would like to wish you a speedy recovery, champ. The LA Dodgers create a Ice Cube bobblehead. Shout out to Ice
Yeah.
Cube, one of the goats. Yeah, man.
Oh, that's dope. I didn't see that.
So he's the second rapper, right? Because Mac Miller was the first one for Pittsburgh.
I didn't even know that. But
Oh,
that's
bro.
dope.
Yeah, Mac Miller. They made a bobblehead of him, like about
Yeah,
like
they
2 months
snapped.
ago.
Oh, they snapped.
Okay, so as we reported last week, Fat Joe has there's been a $20 million lawsuit on Fat Joe by his former henchmen. Um, in in the paperwork, there's a lot of things about him ordering a beat down of DMX, him ordering a beat down of Mac Man from Young Money, and
You know what?
yeah, and talking about putting a hit out on 50 cents. 50 Cent's not one to shy away when his name pops up in the headlines, happen to say this. This baseless accusations and claims are not credible. I'm sorry, Joe has to endure this public scrutiny and damage his reputation. So 50 Cents, understanding
That's
what the
cool.
game, yeah, because he understand what the game. See the difference between what the Fat Joe story and the Diddy story is. He knows Fat Joe's
We knew Diddy
street.
did. We know Diddy been doing that shit.
you know, but he Fat Joe's street, so he understand that's part of the game, right? Where Diddy's like more like a peasant who hires people to do yeah
Extortion is this.
type shit. Speaking of speaking of 50 Cent, um, he made casted as Balrog for the upcoming Street Fighter movie.
Yeah, I seen that. I didn't know if that
So
was true or not.
yeah, it's in a few
That's dope.
publications. So yeah, we'll see, man. 50 cents, as always in some shit, good or bad. Um, hip hop around the world. Iran hip hop artist Tomas Alehi was arrested in Iran while fellow rapper Talu awaits execution for allegedly insulting the Prophet Muhammad as the government intensifies its crackdown on outspoken hip hop. So,
What?
yeah, so hip hop around the world, like not just here where they try to use your lyrics for court, for admissions and shit like that. It's going on around the world, man. They try to censor hip hop. What's your thoughts on that, Orlito? There's a
That's
guy who's been
crazy
arrested.
because
There's
that's.
a guy who's
I
been
think
my
that
bad.
that's no, you good, but I think that that shit should be that should be. I think there's like a gray area right there. That something has to be. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of wild because some people do be like self snitching in certain raps and shit like that, but man, that's it sucks because you almost feel like you can't really like you can't express even if you're not even talking about like something specifically that you're doing, but just something that like this, if this is your environment and what you're growing up around and what you see, or you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
how you supposed to separate like the art the artist, the
yeah.
from it, the artisticness from type shit, like the artistry. What up, Rich P? I see you.
I'm just wondering why hip hop is only the genre that's being asked to be watered down. There's so many
I
other
think it's
forms of
because
music.
maybe because of like what they've pushed and what they've used it for. And like, I just think that maybe like, and I'm not saying like, I don't know what you call it, rap or hip hop, hardcore rap, whatever you want to call it. I won't even generalize it, but just like music and like that, not like, like rap music in general. Like, I guess sometimes people feel that it kind of pushes like, um, a negative message. You know what I'm saying? And the reason I say that is because well, you got like, you know, shit like, but I don't know, like it's hard to say, like I'm saying, because that's the environment that some people has grown up and raised in, you know what I'm saying? So how could or why or I mean you could talk about something else if you're making it out, if that's what your goal is, but if sometimes it's hard to make it out of those situations when that's all you know. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's kind of like that's why I say it's like a gray area right there.
Yeah, a
Because it
double-edged
is an
sword.
expression. Yeah, it is an expression at the end of the day, and we got freedom of speech. That's one of our, you know what I'm saying, the Constitution type shit. So, I mean, that's kind of, I would feel that would fall into the same type of
Yeah,
category.
yeah, I agree with that. Double XL just announced his 2025 freshman class.
Yeah,
Jello,
seeing that.
Laser Dim 700,
How the
Ray
fuck
Vaughn.
Jello Ball, the basketball player, make it on a double XL because he got that one song? That shit threw me the fuck off.
I mean, again, that's why we're gonna get to the list conversation in a minute, but it goes back to what like what cosigns are credible these days now, right? When we get Double XL, who used to be looked upon like, yo, this is trusted. Like the source used to be trusted. When they used to give out them 5 mics, you best believe that was supposed
Mm-hmm.
to be. So we're gonna get to that conversation of replace the brackets, but it goes to show you because Jello makes this fucking cover based off what you said, that one song. So
Mm-hmm.
you telling me based off that one song, Double XL predicts he's gonna be one of the guys to lead this game forward?
That's crazy, bro, because like it's so wild because there's so many other people that I feel could have made that list that actually got a body of work like Don Tripp. You know what I'm saying? I don't
Yeah, he did
understand
made
why
it
dude
years
he,
ago though.
oh, did he?
Yeah,
On
Don
the
Trip,
double
yeah,
XL?
years ago. Yeah, years ago.
Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't even know that, bro.
Yeah.
Damn. You
ago.
enlightened me.
Yeah, for sure. He made it years ago.
Even before, like this was before, like the J Cole's and all of that,
No, this was after J. Cole.
or after that. Oh,
After
okay,
J.
okay.
Cole.
Yeah,
So if I'm not
I didn't
mistaken,
even know that.
he made the one where Moneybagg Yo made it, I believe, or the year before Moneybagg Yo.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, he made the double XL for sure. Don Trip made the double XL, but it used to be again. We'll get to that part of the cosign what it meant. But we got Jello,
Mm-hmm.
Laser Dim 700. I think Ray Vaughn, this good look for him. He deserved it, considering what he just went
Right.
through with Joy Badass, and he did
Mm-hmm.
his shit. Plus, shout out to Ray Vaughn. I think he just signed a major deal with damn, I forgot the record label, but shout out to you, bro. Samara Sin, Nino Paid, Low Shimmy from Philly, 1900 Rugged Rat, YTB Fat, Baby Chief Do It, Ian, and
Yeah, that's that one. Yeah,
Ian
Ian.
Triplin. So congratulations to all of y'all for making the double
The only one I
XL
knew
the
on
first
there
one
was
cover.
Ian. This dude didn't make it on there neither. Did Lil Tyler on there?
No,
Or did he make it?
no,
No. I would have
no.
thought he would have probably made it on there. You know what I'm saying? And I
You
don't
know who
even
I
fuck with
thought?
Lil Tyler like that. I only like a couple of his songs, but he's not like I don't see what the hype is in him like that yet is. You know what I'm saying?
You know who I think they missed a boat on this one with? Milwaukee's very own Chicken P. Because wasn't he supposed to make
You're
the
right.
list?
They should
They
have
missed
threw
the
Chicken
boat.
P on there.
Chicken P could
Mm-hmm.
have made this list easily. He's been on a rampage this last 3 months. He's been hitting state.
Right.
I forgot the name of the
Yeah,
tour,
he
but
was
he's
just
on
at
his
the
own tour.
rave.
Yep,
He
on his
ended up
tour
selling out
actually.
the rave here too. Yep.
So yeah, we'll talk about double XL again in a minute, man. So let's continue. Um, oh yeah. So shout out to this guy. No, matter of fact, before we get into this, shout out to everybody that love, reacted to us. We appreciate you. For the ones that commented, we appreciate the engagement. For those that's viewing, we appreciate y'all. What's the word I'm looking for? Viewing us, for watching us. Um, we tried to do this. Me and bro love doing this. But if you haven't, give us a like on our channels. It'll help us grow our community grow. That's all we trying to do is have our community grow. It doesn't cost you $1 to support us. So again, we appreciate the support so far. And if you haven't, give us a like. Let's
Share,
continue.
subscribe,
I would like to
comment, GMTA hashtag. Let
this
us
is
know
a
you in the building.
PSA. Comment, yo. Let us know you in the building. That's like wiping your feet because our house got nothing but carpet on the floor. Let us know you in the house. But this is a PSA, kids. Don't do drugs and be like this guy.
Oh man, that's crazy because I don't even know who he is, but I know who he is because he be talking reckless, bro.
Shout out Eli Youngin. His name's Eli. I seen him on a
His name's
podcast. I
Eli.
see Eli.
Okay,
Shout
for
out
sure. Shout
Eli.
out Eli.
Yeah, he talk reckless. Hey,
Eli, nigga.
Eli. Shout out to Eli
You seen
because
even the
that
shit where he was talking about Jay? I think when he was talking some
yeah,
shit
Drake,
about Jay.
Jay and Drake.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with
I
this guy?
love it. I loved it. I loved it.
Yeah,
But
no, it's cool.
what I loved more though, bro, is because it reminded me of what you said of what J. Cole did to Drake. He's the one who started that shit and walked out the room.
Mm-hmm. Took his hand
So
out the right.
so my boy started some shit, walked out the room, left Jim Jones to fight alone.
Right. That shit's funny as fuck. He didn't right. That's funny because Jim Jones was the one that said that shit. He started that shit.
Oh my God. Let's talk about
Then
it.
Jim
Jim
Jones just kind
Jones.
of went along with it, right?
Yeah, man, but shit. Like
He
Jim
had
Jones
to
said,
he had to double
what?
down. He had to double
Yes.
down.
What's fucked up was
Mm-hmm.
like he was going, but when he started, like, look, bro, everything he said, I was rocking with to the part where he said, check my stats, then check everybody. I'm like, why would you say that? You know
Why
everybody's
would you say
stats.
that?
You know,
Right.
like first and
He should have just
foremost,
stayed on like the relevancy. This is like just saying the what is kind of factual, what you could like present as okay. I guess you could say that. You know what I'm saying? Like he was like, oh, okay. I guess you could say that. You know what I'm saying? But
you know,
then when he started saying this, he went like left field. Even Uncle Shay Shay was like he
yeah, we're
wasn't
gonna
having
talk
that
about
shit.
that. We're gonna talk about that. So it all started on an episode of the Don't Quote Me podcast where they had it was the older heads and the young bulls. Eli happened to be one of them, having a conversation. You know, they talked about the NBA, the debate of LeBron and Jordan. They talked about Drake and Jay and Jim Jones, right? And the kid Eli made a few comments that went viral. So Jim Jones happened to be on a promotional run on these podcasts, right? Happened to stop by on the Joe and Jada podcast. And shout out to Jada Kiss, right? Because at the beginning of that episode, he made it clear he did not want to get into no beef shit. So he said, we're not going to talk about Cam and we're not going to talk about Styles P. You know, so he let it be known out the gate. That's not where the direction of that episode was going to go. But it ended up
Backstage
going,
or like,
no, on live, on the show.
oh,
On the show.
okay.
Yeah, because,
That's
you
what's
know,
up.
because what before Jim Jones and Nas conversation,
Yeah, it was Styles
Jones
P and
P. Correct.
yeah, which is fucking crazy. You know
I'm
that? You know
yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
what the fuck is wrong,
Tell him, Marley. I
man?
know.
That's like
Tell him.
getting in. That Jim Jones going against Styles P is like fucking shit. You going in the ring with fucking Mike Tyson at this point, like. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm talking Jim Jones because he can't.
Yeah.
Not at all.
See, it goes back to where I try to explain where don't confuse consistency with quality. You know, just because you're consistently delivering singles or music video don't mean they're consistently quality. You just putting out a whole bunch of work, right? So
Right.
I give props to Jim Jones. He have been consistent on perfecting his craft. He has got better at
Better,
rapping,
yeah.
you know, but
But he's
he
not my cup of
not
tea. He's never been my cup of tea.
but he's look, let's take away the Nas conversation at the moment. I don't even
And
think he's regarded. I don't think he's top
he's not.
five. Five Harlem,
No,
just
he's
Harlem,
not, bro.
just
No,
Harlem.
he's
You know what I'm
not. He's
saying?
not.
So, but as far as
Even off a Dipset, like even what would you rate him out of the Dipset squad? You know what I'm
I mean,
saying?
right now,
I would put Jewels over Jim Jones.
I mean,
I like Jewels way better than Jim Jones.
for sure, because from me to you, I mean, well, Santana's from me to you, or Cameron's. I forgot, not the SDE, the one before that. Confessions of a Fire. Um, they were rapping. Jim Jones was just he wasn't. Just put it like this: he exceeded his
Y'all
own
seem like he just
expectations.
flexing.
I think he exceeded his own expectations, and I think he has got better. But Jewels was hot out the gate. Cameron was hot out the
Hmm.
gate. Cameron got to come home with me. Cameron got to Purple Haze. Jewels got a From Me to You. Um, you know, they got records that are dope or some like might consider classic, right? But Jim Jones, I
Hmm.
think his dopest project was Home, but that's not a classic. You know, that's not a classic. Um, so my thing is even on Nas's worst days, which I thought was Nostradamus, I still can't find nothing of Jim Jones that's better than Nostradamus.
Mhm.
And so he'll continue. So he went on Shay Shay, Club Shay Shay. Oh, my bad. So retract. Yeah, so Jada started the show about he didn't want to go there, and obviously the conversation came up about Nas. And he got emotional and said what he said about Check the Records. So when he went on Club Shay Shay, now he doubles down. He doubles down on everything, but he does admit he made a boo boo. Said it just like that. I made a boo boo when it came to them statistics. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But Shay Shay told him straight up, do you smoke? Jim Jones like, yeah. He's like, you must have been high when
Will
you
you
said
be
you was fucking.
yeah,
You
yeah.
must have been high thinking you fucking with Nas. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy. That's just talking out your neck because I mean, like you were just saying earlier. I mean, there's a lot of New York people that you could try to compare yourself to it. I don't think that he's comparable to a lot of New York people, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like even newer people that just came in, like Dave East. You know what I'm saying? I like Dave East way better than I like fucking Jim Jones.
Now, if he stays in the influence lane, I get it because you did influence style and fashion.
Right.
You did do that.
Jim.
You
Jim.
did do that. Yeah, you did do that.
Yeah.
Now, if you would have stayed in that pocket, but even then, bro, Nas had motherfuckers in Milwaukee rocking them stupid ass goggles on the side of their head, like they were from New York. You know what I'm
Type
saying?
shit.
So Nas influenced fashion as well. The army fatigues and shit like that,
Mm-hmm.
which Bone later on and whatnot would influence me more type shit. So yeah, no, without a doubt, Nas was a fashion influence as well. But I get Jim, I get what he. But bro, it's not hard. You're in the industry. It's not hard for you to check the stats. I'm not in the industry and I check the stats. I know the stats. You're not fucking with Nas. You're not you know what I'm saying? So
Shit funny.
but then let me see what else. He will make a post. Let me check out some comments real quick. Because I see we got some comments. The diplomats. Yeah, that was a dope project. Diplomat immunity, that was dope. But again, I think Cameron and Joel's carried the bulk of that project. That was a dope project though. I'm not gonna lie. That's when Dipset had fucking streets on fire.
Mhm.
Oh, so after the club Shay Shay, Jim Jones will make an Instagram post talking about he was trolling and he was just teaching older rappers how you say
Stay
promote and
relevant or
mark,
some shit.
stay
Promote or
relevant,
some. Yeah,
market and
yeah, yeah.
promote, right? Gloating about he doing Hot 97 Summer Jam, right? So
Mhm.
I want to comment on the teaching older rappers how to market and promote, right? I'm gonna tell you this, Jim, with all due respect. Snoop Dogg's older than you, and he dropped two projects within the last 6 months, and he did it with music and doing interviews. He didn't have the troll.
Mhm.
Slick Rick, 60,
Mhm.
61, just dropped Victory. Go check out Victory, the little promotion. Check out his song featuring the guy you talking about, Nas, called Documents.
Mhm.
Fucking fire. So they didn't need to troll. Jim, all you gotta do is rap, homie. Rap, motherfucker. Just rap. No trolling needed. What do you think about that,
Mhm.
brother?
Yeah. I don't know. I never liked dude's rap, bro. He just I think that he's kind of stuck in a type of flow of rap where he just talk about the same shit. He just says it different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, again, all I can say, he
I don't
stay
get anything
consistent.
when I listen to dude. And for me, it's like, I don't know. I have to, you know. I have to get like there has to be something that you know what I'm saying. I don't feel nothing when I listen to Jim Jones. I more or less like be like kind of scratching my head like where the fuck was this going? Like what the fuck is this guy talking about? You know what I'm saying? That's how I be
Yeah.
feeling when I listen to Jim Jones.
And then
Because also you gotta look at it like this, bro. Like you just said, how old is he?
he's like my age, 44, 45.
And he talk about the same shit that he been talking about forever. Nobody don't want. Why did we give Lil Wayne such a bad whatever? Because he was going in the booth and just fucking spitting with no direction, talking, and he won't even talk about the same shit. He would just, you know what I'm saying. But you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
there's
no, you're
not
right.
you're not getting no type of nothing off of Jim Jones. If you listen to him, you just getting the same shit. You just saying it differently.
Yeah, man. You're right. Jomo, you heard it from right here from the host from the Great Minds Think Alike. Um, so again, back to that Instagram shit, he said he's doing the Hot 97, right? So he did do Hot 97, the Summer Jam, but his set was cut short, and him and Funk Flex. You can see we
Mm-hmm.
seen had a
I
heated
seen
confrontation.
that. I seen that. And then he put that one song on, Ballin'.
Yeah, man. So Jomo, again, bro, do yourself a service. Just fall back from the podcast and continue doing what you're doing because you was heating up about like 3 months ago with that Harlem. I think the name of that song was Harlem. Had everybody doing their
Mm-hmm.
renditions of it. So you know, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I'm not a hater, right? I'm not gonna say, but the only thing you got in common with Nas is y'all both from New York and y'all both share the same last name, Jones. Outside of that, you're not
Mm-hmm.
fucking with Nas. You're not fucking
Mm-mm.
with nobody in Harlem. Um, just but continue doing what you do. Best of success, man. Dipset wasn't
Who would
that,
you put
man.
him up
Dipset.
against? Do you like what's his face that he was beefing or still is beefing with? Did he took a picture with his son and shit? Max B?
Well,
Because I never Max B was
Max
never
B,
my cup of tea really neither.
but
But
his
if you
biggest
were to
hit
compare, I
is
was
his biggest hit is written by Max B and Stack Bundles. Ballin',
look at that. Damn, I didn't even know that. That's crazy.
Max B and Stack Bundles. That's why he got a thing for Drake. That's why he don't go against Drake. That's why he ain't got nothing bad to say about Drake. But yeah, Jim Jones
Mm,
balling.
mm-hmm.
He's
48.
48. Oh, look at that. Shout out to you, Noli. So listen, Noli, we appreciate you rocking with us as always, all the way from Texas, by Chicago, from Chicago. Um,
Let's
we were
go.
we were gonna do the brackets tonight, but we ain't got a third party to help us do the tiebreakers. So in 2 weeks, we will be doing brackets, and B7 is your number, and you're locked in. So the three people that will be eligible for the money and the flowers will be Noli. She got B7. Reno got B1, and Lou Santiago got G3. So that's the three
So
people.
there's
There's
one
one more.
slot left.
So yeah, so they got another week.
What's
All you
the
got to
what's just the last slot?
no. So what happens? This is how it is. So three people already qualified. All they had to do was go to the GMTA Media page on either Facebook, Threads, or Instagram. Um, comment that comment with a screenshot that they have subscribed to our YouTube channel, right? So comment with the screenshot, hashtag GMTA Media. We will confirm it. And once you're confirmed, we will ask you, we will give you a here. I even got it right here. Hold on a second. We would have done this. Soon as you qualified, you would have been picking one of those slots. And if that slot was make it to the finals, you would have won the money. So that's all they got to do. Go subscribe to our YouTube channel, take a screenshot, go to the post, comment with the screenshot GMTA Media, and that's it. One slot available.
Mm. Right.
And you know what? Now that before we move on, I just want to say something, and I want to make this perfectly clear. I remember we used to do events where we used to do raffles and give away stuff. I would like to make this clear. There was numerous times that Orly won, and just because his affiliation, I told him, bro, let's give it to the next person. So shout out to Orly for doing that because I didn't want it to look like it was rigged. But God honest
Like it
truth,
was
my
rigged,
brother,
right? No
God
bullshit.
honest truth, my brother done honestly won a few times, and he handed it over to the next person. Shout out to you, Orly.
No doubt, bro. It's always
So
good to
let's.
pass on, the, you know,
How is it? What they do at McDonald's or the
pass
restaurants
it
when they
forward.
pay, pass it forward.
Yeah, pass it. Yeah. Pass the blessing forward, man.
So hold on, let me. So that's it. So let's just talk about the list real quick. So let me get this together real quick. So we were supposed to do brackets, right? And the difference between the brackets and the list are the brackets is basically us choosing from artists or duos, and that's how they go forward, right? It's not necessarily if they didn't make it to the next round that they're weak or they don't even make it to the top 10 in a list, right? The list, though, when we talk about the list, there's a lot of lists. Complex got lists, Double XL got lists, Complex, a Billboard got lists, right? Where they list off 50 to 100 greatest, whatever, entertainers, artists, etc., right? We did the West Coast best rapper bracket of like a month ago, and like I think the day later they did a best of LA rappers, right? Complex.
Mm-hmm.
And then the game reacted with its own 100 list, right? So obviously, um, these lists do something, but let's talk about it, Orlito. When you think of certain like MTV, remember they used to have the hottest MC list, etc. When you think of certain lists, does it like mean anything to the like? Does it do something for an artist, or do you think it's baseless?
I think sometimes some artists feel, well, because look at the game. He felt slighted by the position that they had put. I think what was it? Complex had put him,
Yep,
right? That's why he ended up making his own list.
yep,
So I think sometimes certain people do feel. I remember when. I remember. I'll never forget this one because that shit was funny as hell to me. When Joe Budden and Rick Ross said something about, oh, like I made it to whatever. Like he was confused and and then he told Joe Budden, like, he was like, you didn't have me at that. You would have had me higher, right? Like, closer to one. And
yeah.
Joe Budden was like, no, like, no. Like he basically was saying, Joe Budden was saying, like, they gave you a pass by putting you where they put you. So you shouldn't even complain of being even closer to one. Like, when Rick Ross was asking Joe Budden, well, oh, so you put me closer to one? And Joe Budden was like, no, like, are you crazy? Like, so, I think some people do, some artists or rappers do, um, let that list kind of, you know, persuade them or, like make them feel some type of way or maybe, whatever.
Yep.
But there's some people don't really care about it. It's just a list. It's a matter of opinion. Who made the list? Where the fuck did
Yes.
this list come from? You know what I'm saying? Like, where did it stem from? Who put it together? So it's just an opinion. That's the way that I kind of look at it. You know, somebody's opinion that they put it together is a list that, you know, is caused to cause like some type of like, you know,
Outrage sometimes.
yeah, talk and conversate and engage and like, damn, what the fuck? How the hell is, you know, is fucking Tupac number 10 or under this guy? You know what I'm saying? Or whatever, however somebody might have made the list. So
Yeah. Yeah, the intent, right? Basically,
mm-hmm,
the intent of the list is to engagement, form conversation, attract
mm-hmm,
followers maybe to wherever this list come from, right? Um,
right.
me personally, me personally, my first thing is before the outrage, right? Will be what's the criteria? What's the age? What's
Mm-hmm.
their ages, right? Because I cannot expect a 24-year-old to have the same goats as me. I don't
Right.
expect a 16-year-old to have the same goats as me, right? So
Exactly.
that's my first question. But you know, so that's my first question is what's criteria? What's the age of the person who put this list together? Because sometimes it'd be like, yeah, okay, I can understand this list. I'm not mad at this list. But
Mm-hmm.
sometimes if it's like someone in my age bracket and I see certain lists, I'm like, oh shit, you trolling, you doing something, you know what I'm saying? You causing an outrage, you know. But
Right.
see the thing with the list though, it don't matter. We can have 100 people in one room. I don't think two people's gonna have the exact same, you know, the exact same
Mm-hmm.
list.
No.
Certain names might float around the same areas, so you know that's why.
Yeah, but then and never. If you give somebody like 20 names, you give two people 20 names, and you tell them put them in order from, you know, your favorite to your least favorite and whatever criteria you want. You know, even if you give them a specific criteria, that's that list. I don't think anybody would make the list the same. That would be crazy if that list came out the same for both of the people.
That would be crazy, but you know, it must be same musical intuitions type shit.
Right,
Um,
right.
the value and benefit of these lists. So now we go back to that double XL freshman cover, right?
Hmm.
The value and benefits, right? So before the vlog era, like I said, I used to have the Source magazines, the double XL magazines, and depending who they used to highlight, that's what I used to go spend my money to go either the US World, Spontaneous, to go get these mixtapes just to find these names, you know, and check their music out. Because that's, you know, how you said the underground. That's when the underground was an
Hmm.
underground, right?
Right. Yeah.
So, um, so double XL, they, you know, there were a few names obviously I know, but certain names I didn't, or the Source magazines where I used to go get these mixtapes. Like, oh, these motherfuckers nice. So the next time I went to Sam's Music or it's Camelot Music, I look for these artists, and that's how I discovered their music, right? But with this recent list, and this ain't the only list, they've been doing this shit for years now. It's like they're not credible to me no more. So their cosign, personally for me, don't mean much when I see the freshman cover. But I do highlight it because I'm not a hater. I do love the rap game, and if these the guys that you want to highlight and they made the list, congratulations. Because in my time, that used to mean something. So you making this list brings me, you understand. So congratulations to them names, but outside of Ray Vaughn, I don't think the much of none of them artists or know nothing of them artists. So again, what you think? Like, is there any benefit or value, or is there any credible sources out there still? You know, you know what I mean?
Hmm. Yeah, like you saying like the double XL cover, like or like even the source,
Yeah,
like it used to mean someone that used to give you like the mics, or when they used to you know what I'm saying, when they used to put you on the cover of the double XL and shit like that.
yeah,
I don't know, bro. I think it's just the era that we're in now is just so different. Like we got fucking people signing AI artists, you know what I'm saying? So it's just a different time that we live in. And
sad day.
I, yeah, and it's I don't know. It's wild that I don't know. It's just crazy that, like, you know, I just don't know who, maybe like the people that own or that are running like these magazines or whatever, they don't have like people really in tune or some shit, you know what I'm saying? Because they have to have a team that's kind of like, you know, scouting or like listening or, you know,
Got to.
following or yeah, you know, and I don't know. I don't know how some of these people are getting uh chose. I don't know what you know, what's the criteria for double XL to choose people for a freshman cover. Um yeah, it just I don't know. It's kind of crazy.
Well, I know the like for the artists, right? As far as me as a fan, right, or a consumer, um,
Hmm.
I don't like. Okay, I gotta find a credible source. I think the closest one I
Hmm.
would say will be like Complex, depending, right? Um,
Hmm.
but Billboard, when Billboard do they list, I know what they're going for. They're going for chart entries. You know, they're going for visibility. Forbes, when they list their greatest rapper, they're talking about income. They're not talking. So I know criteria when I'm looking at those lists, right? So when Double XL does a list, it's like, man, this is the purest to the hip hop and the Source magazine, pure hip hop, right? The other two, like Complex, they do entertainment, they do fashion. These two are, hip hop holy grails. And if I can't go to you for credible information or more, it's like I I don't care too much for your
Hmm.
list. You know, that's what I'm trying to say. I don't
Right.
care too much for your list. But as far as for the artist, right? Of course, there's value and benefits, right? It gives you visibility. You know, you tap into a different market because, like Lil Tyler, you put me on. Boom. All of a sudden, the
Yeah.
following week, Lil
Isaiah put
Tyler
me
got,
on.
so he still artist is still touching grounds by word of mouth, right? But
Hmm. Hmm.
but yeah, that it still gives them visibility. There is benefits to it. I'm sure, depending where you get on that list, gives you self esteem, motivates you. Like, yeah, I'm the shit. I'm
Hmm.
type shit.
Right. I'm on a double XL, bitch.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so we was gonna talk about this a few weeks back, but we didn't have no time, and since we ain't doing the brackets this week, I thought it'd be a perfect time to get this out the way and kill some time. But yeah, the list, because I see people going crazy, and I don't go crazy like I used to because I understand now. I understand that
Hmm.
people legitimately feel that way, and I'm not gonna argue with somebody for how they feel in their musical taste, right? Because
Right.
I love lyricism, and I know Papoose and Cassidy are dope lyricists, but I don't like them, their music. You
Hmm.
understand me? But
Right.
I respect them. I'm not saying they whack. It's just I don't like them. So when people put up lists, I don't go crazy. I mean, some lists be out of whack. I ain't gonna lie, and I'll be like, they trolling. But I get it, and I enjoy seeing people's outrage, like about certain lists and who made what. But artists, they Lil Wayne talked about it when they told him Gucci Man was above Eminem. He's like, Gucci who? Um, Fabulous on one of the Soul tapes said, or MTV said, I'm number 7 on the hottest MC list. I must gotta work harder. You just touched on the game, bro. If the game would have been in the
Mm-hmm.
top 10, you think he would have said anything? What happened?
No.
They left him right outside, like he at the crack of the top 10, like about to knock on the door of top 10. That's why he felt that way. You know what I'm saying? I
Right.
don't. That's how I feel about that shit. But man,
Bro,
I
they
just
going
wanted.
crazy on Jim Jones though with like when he said whatever about bringing up the people or like bringing up the comparison. Like there's this dude he been bringing up like he been putting people in like the Billboard entries side by side. Bro, he put Vanilla Ice. He put Vanilla Ice right up against dude. Vanilla Ice is beating Jim Jones on Billboard entries. Uh, he just put um, Snitch Nine on there. He's beating him on Billboard entries. Um, there was somebody else that he had put up on there that I thought was pretty funny as well, bro. But yeah, he going crazy. Like I have to send some of these to you because it's just pretty funny.
And you know what? That wraps up the list conversation. But shout out to Jim Jones because I think Jim Jones is making it safe for Drake to come back outside. Like Jim is taking L after L after L.
Shit.
Oh shit.
You remember when Bow Wow was taking L after L after L for a little bit? When he was like the laughing stock of like
Yeah,
of the
man.
internet for a little bit. They
Hey,
didn't even
bro,
call him
took
Bow Wow. They was calling him by his name.
hey, dude took a picture of an airplane talking about he was on the airplane and somebody.
Yeah. Somebody spotted this shit out, called him out. Yeah.
That's Cap Wow, big Cap Wow.
That shit was funny.
Shit. Yeah, man. But yeah, that concludes the conversation on the the list. Got that out the way, man. Cause I seen people been going crazy on the list. I just wanted to talk about that conversation, and soon we got episode 50 coming up. I know I want to do something special for that one, and maybe we pick something and do our top 50 because we usually do favorites. We never did like the best. Maybe we do a top 50
Hmm.
finally. You know what I'm saying? And
Let's
compare
do
on
it.
this shit. So, man, Orlito, you already know. Take us home, brother.
All right, man. Well, it's another Thursday, another episode done. We didn't get to do the duels, but we finna do it. We finna do it next week.
No, because you're gone next week, right?
No, I'm still here. I'm still here.
Are you?
I'm here on. Yeah, I'm still here. I'm gone the following week. Let me look just to make sure I'm not talking off my ass real quick. Hold on. Let me see. So, bam, today on the third. Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. I'll be here on the third. I won't be here on the 10th.
Okay, bad. Shit. Then you're
Yeah.
already here. So we
So
most
yeah,
definitely will have a third
surprise
person
looking
next
at.
week. We'll have a third party for
Yes.
sure. Or if not,
So yeah.
I'll
So
have
next.
Gabriel. If not, I have my son Gabriel listen to all these duos, and next week I have him on live show. If we don't get a third person, I have Gabriel pick.
He went nuts.
But go
He was
ahead, Orly,
like,
take
I
us
got
home.
some. He said, I got some homework for you, son.
You got time.
Yeah, but
You
yeah.
got
So
time.
next Thursday, yeah, we'll do the duels. We'll go down to the duels best duels
Brackets.
bracket. That's what
Yep.
the brackets. Yep. And yeah, we'll be here at 7th. Shout out to everybody that tuned in, everybody that shared, comment, subscribe, uh, viewed, engaged. Um, y'all the real champs, man. Y'all the real MVPs. But yeah,
Yes.
shout out to OKC. They won the playoffs, the championship
Oh,
playoffs. They got their
let's
first
go.
their first championship over there. I just thought about because I said MVP. But yeah, we'll be here next Thursday, 7 p.m. and every Thursday after that. Yeah, great minds think alike. I'm Orlito. That's no. yeah, we'll see you next Thursday. Peace.
Peace. And reminder, don't be like this guy. Right? Kid. Shut out here.